Well, it's time now for Flashback, a recap of stories that made headlines during the week. And we begin on Monday, where the federal government flagged off the 2024-2025 Commonwealth Scholarship and Fellowship Plans nomination interview. The Ministry of Education confirmed that the selection process will be merit-based.
The Commonwealth of Nations consists of 53 member states, which were mostly former territories of the British Empire. Although members have no legal obligation towards one another, they try to encourage shared values through the quadrennial Commonwealth Games, as well as educational and cultural exchanges. The Commonwealth Scholarship and Fellowship Plan is an international program through which governments of Commonwealth nations offer scholarships and fellowships to citizens of other Commonwealth countries. Nigeria has been a beneficiary of this program since its inception in 1959.
For the arrival of the permanent secretary.
Today's ceremony kickstarts another selection process for the most qualified Nigerians that will compete globally with candidates from other Commonwealth countries. About 2,000 applicants put in entries this time through the electronic application system.
The aim of the Commonwealth Scholarship Fellowship Plan is that you go study overseas, come back to your country and see what you can contribute to the country. And I think it's been working successfully because we have a Commonwealth alumni in the country that have been making their contribution in different forms for national development. For the panelists, they have been carefully selected from a group of experts in the 7 different areas because their fields are relevant, and they have been assigned to find a correlation between what you field online and what you are going to be telling them.
The CSFP is highly prestigious as the award covers the awardees and their spouses. Hence, we should be disciplined and focused during the exercise. I wish to use this opportunity to urge our erudite and credible panelists to continue to adhere to the set criteria of the Commonwealth Scholarship Commission.
Since its inception in 1959, more than 30,000 individuals have benefited from the Commonwealth Scholarship Awards, with majority of them from Nigeria.
On Tuesday, 2 important agreements were signed between Nigeria and Germany in Berlin. President Bola Tinubu told investors at the 10th German-Nigerian Business Forum that Nigeria has a resilient democracy and is positioned to attract foreign direct investments.
Nigeria has several bilateral relations with Morocco, and the bilateral education agreement is one of them. The bilateral education agreement gives opportunity to eligible undergraduates and graduate students to study in specific countries overseas, which Nigeria has such agreements with. Every year, the Federal Ministry of Education awards the bilateral education agreement scholarship to qualified Nigerian students, especially those whose program of study are not readily available in Nigeria. Nigeria has also offered scholarship awards to China and Romania in time past under the bilateral education agreements. The government has now given 83 Nigerians education scholarship to study in its country. The benefiting students already successfully completed a mandatory 9-month French language training program in various Nigerian centers and are ready to depart for Morocco. The minister charged them to study hard and be worthy ambassadors.
Apologies for the mix-up in that story. Well, let's quickly go on to another story that made headlines during the week, where the Niger State governor asked foreign investors at the G20 Compact with Africa conference to explore investment opportunities in the state. While hosting several delegates to dinner in Berlin, including those from Niger State, the governor, Bago, unveiled his Niger State agenda, or his new Niger agenda, and he explained that the agricultural potential of Niger State, adding that the state has the largest landmass in Nigeria and is suitable for crop production.
Niger State is the largest state in Nigeria in terms of land size. It has 2 rivers flowing. It has 4 hydropower dams, and it's arable. It has a lot of minerals from lithium, gold, and above. And we're here to make Niger State very visible to investors to understand what we stand for. The only inland port existing in Nigeria that is servicing 65% of the total population of Nigeria is in Niger State, Borno Port. So we're looking for investment here and also financing in developing the capacity of this inland port.
Well, on Wednesday, the House of Representatives called on the security agencies to reinforce efforts at ending abductions and killing of abductees in the nation's capital. It was also to probe the level of implementation of the Corporate Social Responsibility provision in the Petroleum Industry Act by the multinational oil companies in the South region.
I so second, Mr. Speaker.
A motion of urgent national importance opens the day's legislative business. Nnamdi Ezechi from Delta State seeks a halt to the spate of kidnappings and killing of victims by unknown gunmen in the nation's capital. He wants the Inspector General of Police, the Commissioner of Police and the FCT and other security chiefs to synergize and tame the scourge of kidnapping.
Urgent and comprehensive measures are required to address the root causes of these security challenges and ensure the safety of residents in the FCT and the entire country.
Still on matters of urgent public importance, Femi Bamishile from Ekiti State seeks the intervention of the Parliament in the alleged illegal freezing of Forex and Naira accounts over transfer of US dollars by one of the commercial banks.
The House is worried that the young man was invited and detained by the Special Fraud Unit. He was made to pay $100,000 back to the bank and also made to give an undertaking under duress, stating that he made an illegal transaction.
Billy Osawaru from Edo State wants adherence to the provisions of the Petroleum Industry Act on the need for oil companies to commit to corporate social responsibility.
CSR packages are intended to address the socio-economic and environmental concerns of the host communities, as oil companies' operations have led to land degradation.
Lawmakers are also to liaise with multi-choice on ways of minimizing increase in tariffs.
Various economic hardship resulting from political and economic factors that have made life unbearable to the common man, with far-reaching effects that are yet to be addressed.
The House has also commenced moves to recover decades of 10% of unpaid freight levy due to the Nigerian Export Promotion Council from NIMASA.
And still in the week under review, the National Coordinator of the HIV/AIDS, Viral Hepatitis and STI Control Program, Adebobola Bashorum, said HIV and AIDS has transitioned to an endemic stage in Nigeria. Mr. Bashorum stressed on the role of available treatment, noting a decline in the disease prevalence due to accessible drugs. He also attributed this shift to the successful containment of the disease spread and the reduction of stigmatization against those testing positive. He highlighted the 3 stages of disease events, categorizing HIV and AIDS as endemic, a stage where control measures have curbed the spread and reduced stigma. Then on Thursday in Borno State, where the governor, Babagana Zulum, distributed food and 300 million naira to about more than 95,000 residents in Monguno local council area of the state. And this gesture was part of his palliative intervention to survivors of insurgency, which he said will continue till the end of his tenure.
Monguno town, about 133 kilometers from Maiduguri, the Borno State capital, is home to thousands of locals displaced by insurgency, but have now returned to find a new lease of life. The displaced persons here consist of people from other local councils, namely Kukawa, Guzamala, Ganze, and Marte. Today is an unusual day for these ones, as the state governor has come bearing gifts. Items brought include food items, cash and wrappers for the 95,000 people at this location.
And within the last 7 years, their access to the agricultural lands is limited. This has informed the decision of the Borno State government to provide palliatives to all those that are living inside Mongono town. But we are still not okay. So we shall continue to provide palliatives in Borno State until when we completely resettle IDPs to their ancestral home and access to the agricultural land has been completely given to them.
The 55,000 women present got 5,000 naira each and a wrapper, while 40,000 men who are heads of household each received 25 kg bags of rice and 10 kg bags of beans respectively. The governor supervised the distribution to ensure there were no sharp practices. We sincerely appreciate the governor for supporting us with these food items. This is huge and it's timely. God bless our good governor. The governor also commended efforts of President Bola Tinubu, Northeast Development Commission, and the National Emergency Management Agency towards making the palliative distribution exercise possible.
Then to Delta State, where the Zero Malaria Initiative, pioneered by the Rotary Club of Maple Grove in the United States, was handed over to the Delta State Primary Health Care Authority after a year of free medical health care. Well, this move was aimed at assisting in the treatment of malaria in areas affected by perennial flooding.
A journey that began over a year ago has seen countless lives in Patani impacted positively by the Zero Malaria Initiative of the Rotary Club of Maple Grove, Minnesota, in the United States of America, alongside their counterparts in Agege, Lagos, and Ughelli in Delta State. The free medical intervention was effective during last year's flood disaster in Delta State, where hundreds of people infected with malaria were treated.
We have not seen this kind of thing before, and I honor you and I give you long life and prosperity. As we are here, there is no chemist, nowhere to treat ourselves.
Now the program is being handed over to the Delta State Primary Health Care Authority, which hopes to facilitate the sustenance of the program for the benefit of the Patani people.
During the 17 months of the project, there was no recorded malaria mortality among children, pregnant women, or the vulnerable members of the community. The training and campaign made an impact. I would like to say a big thank you to the community-based volunteers who worked door to door educating community members.
We do it health facility based. Those that come to the health facility, we are going to test them free of charge with the RODT test. And those that are positive, that quarantine will be provided for them free of charge.
For her service to humanity, the coordinator of the Zero Malaria Initiative, Jennifer Borrell, is conferred with the chieftaincy title Izon Ebidora by the Pere of Kabowe Kingdom, King Shadrach Erebolu.
The Zero Malaria project alongside Rotary, it was a huge success, and at completion, I felt there is the need to honor such citizen of this great kingdom with a title befitting for someone of our caliber. And that was the motivation behind me bestowing on her the title of Izon Ebidora of Kabowe Kingdom.
Although the initiative is now in the hands of the Primary Health Care Authority, Rotary hopes to build on this partnership to ensure more support for the people.
Then on Friday, a group of young people called for resilience and patience among youths for the betterment of the country. The progressive youths, with the foresight for a greater Nigeria, said the present realities form part of the price the country needs to pay if it must move forward.
A group of young people calling for patience and understanding among the youth in the wake of the economic realities in the country and been sound. In October, the headline inflation rate increased to 27.33% relative to the previous months of 26.72%.
It is therefore important that citizens closely monitor the activities of those elected to manage our affairs at the state level. We must hold them to high standards so that Nigerian resources are truly made to work for the Nigerian people. Young people constitute the majority of the Nigerian population, and as such, policies implemented in virtually every sector will impact our demography more significantly than others.
A tree, they say, cannot make a forest. People should not wait to say, I said it. We're calling on Nigerians, everyone, to join the federal government to see that we have a good policy.
The progressive youths with foresight for a greater Nigeria is optimistic that the government's reforms will yield the expected results. But it is calling for resilience, especially among the youths.
I just want to charge the youths to be more patient and more focused and believe in the administration of Bola Tinubu. We are trying to revive the economy, we are trying to revive what has gone bad.
The group is hoping to take its campaign even further to mobilize more support for the government.